Welcome everyone to the EBM Scholars. Today I'm here to make this live session, and this live session, as you can see, it is immigration news and updates, but most likely I'll be answering questions from people. So if you have questions, you are so much welcome. Go ahead and put your questions here, and I'll be happy to go ahead and respond to your questions. And I'm planning to be live here for at least an hour, and in that particular way, I'll be able to answer a lot of questions. So this will be different from other live. On other live, I come with a specific topic. I talk for 30 minutes, and they have 30 minutes to respond to the answers. To the questions people are going to give to me. So you can see, so the first question is from Kojo, but time changes. And that is a very good question. I'm going to answer that question in 1 sec. Just give me 1 sec. I'm going to respond to that one. I'm getting something here. My apologies. I don't know where I put it. 1 sec. I'm going to respond. I put something and I do not know where I put it, but there is no problem. Let me have a drink of water and then I'm going to respond. Okay. Let me know first of all if you can be able to hear my audio, because I've changed I've changed my microphone. I bought like 3 different microphones. So one I used it for the previous live session, it didn't work very well. So before I started responding, please give me the updates if you can be able to hear well, because when I'm talking here, I cannot be able to know, because I don't have any other thing to know that if you can be able to hear me well. So let me know first of all if you are able to hear me very well before I started responding to questions. Let me know. The voice is fine. Thank you so much. The Ugandan village wife, and it was very nice, by the way, to be live with you yesterday. So it is loud and clear. So let me go to start answering the questions. As I said, on this live session, I'm going ahead to respond to people's question. And I will start with one question after another, and I'll be responding. I might not go exactly on the exact order, but I'm going to do the best so that we can be able to understand everything, how it works. Okay, so let me start with the first question. Okay. The first question comes from Kojo, but time changes, and the question says as follows. Please, any update on the 80,000 diversity visa selection? Before I answer specifically to that particular question, I want to give some clarification on your question. It is not the visa selection. It is the visa issue, the number of people who will be receiving the visas. Because up to now, the number of people who are selected for the DV lottery is higher than 80,000. To be exactly, for instance, if I have to give the example, the DV 2021 winners, the number of people who have been selected for the DV 2021 is 133,000. It's 132 and some change, nearby 133,000. But according to the Immigration and Nationality Act, the act which controls, which guides how many people are supposed to be given the green card, the Immigration and Nationality Act, which also governs or directs or provide guidelines on when the green card lottery is supposed to be played, the selection process, and how many people are supposed to be given the visas, and when the visas are supposed to be the deadline, is given or governed by the law. So in order to change that one, a president alone cannot be able to do that. And because it is a law of the country, in order to change, to do any amendment of the law, you have to go back to the body which is responsible for creating or for making these laws, and it is the Congress. And in the United States, the Congress is divided into 2. There is the House of Representatives, which is the lower branch or the lower branch of just the lower parliament, and then there is the Senate. At this moment I'm talking to you, which we're talking about the year 2021 up to the year 2022, the House of Representatives is under Democrats. The majority for over 15 seats is Democrats. So major legislation going to the House, when they voting, obviously Democrats will be able to lead. That's number one, I want you to know. But in the Senate, it is a 50-50 split. There are 48 Democrats and there are 2 independent, but those 2 independents are by default also Democrats, because it's Bernie Sanders, who we know was planning even to run for president as Democrats, but is independent. So it's 50-50. Once they have 50-50 votes, usually the vice president, who is the kind of like the president of the Senate or the chairperson of the Senate, is going to cast the vote to split the tie, to break the tie. But what happens this way? Up to this moment I'm talking to you, the plan of increasing the number of DV visas to be given, not to be selected, selection is higher, to be given from 55,000 to 80,000 is within what we call the United States Citizenship Act, or the bill of 2021. That is the bill which has been proposed by Democrats. The plan was to go direct to the Congress, like to the House and to the Senate. And the plan was also to go through during the time of the relief budget, going through the pandemic, the stimulus. Because if it has to go through the stimulus, it could require just 51 votes, because the party of the stimulus package was through what we call the budget reconciliation process. So the budget reconciliation process allows just simple majority votes. But because Democrats, especially the House, because the Democrats and especially the Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, some of the Democrats thought it was not a good idea to add that one. But for me, I saw that is a mistake. If you really wanted to pass this one, you had to use that one. But there are some of the people, even within Democrats, were against that one. That's why even Democrats feared to take it to the Congress. By taking it out, they made it even harder for them. Why they made it even harder? Because now, if he's going back to the Congress, it is going to the different process. The process will be used. It is not going to be simple majority vote. It's going to be what is called the majority vote. It's not the simple majority. It's going to be the majority vote, which you need to have 60 vote. In the Senate, there are 100 senators. So you need to have all Democrats vote for that. That's number one, which is still very difficult. Why I say very difficult? Because it happened over a couple of times where Democrats were majority in House, in the Senate, and in the White House, the president is Democrat, but they didn't pass the major legislation of this magnitude of immigration because 5 Democrats in Senate voted against in a couple of times. So if that is the case, there are people within Democrats, they are against this one. But again, at the same time, you need to have 10 Republicans. So because of that, they took that one, the bill, into what we call the Judiciary Committee. So now the bill is in the Senate, in the Judiciary Committee, and the bill is in the House for the Judicial Committee. The committee are going to discuss. Then they will come with a refined bill to discuss that one. And recently, 3-4 days ago, Republicans have come with a counter type of immigration bill, which still has some of the good things which they are part of the Democratic bill. So we wanted to see how it will be able to happen. But up to this moment, it hasn't got, the bill, the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021, it hasn't gone to the floor of the House. It hasn't gone to the floor of the Senate to be able to be discussed. So the priority at the moment is the House has passed 2 major immigration bills. but also those are for the temporary TPS, temporary protected people, and also the people under DACA to be given the path to the citizenship. So it has passed to the House. It is going to the Senate. We do not know what will be able to happen in the Senate, but it will be a long road to go through that one. So we do not know at the moment. But if I look on that, that's why they might go to put into pieces, and we'll be able to see what will be able to happen. So the answer can be yes, it can be able to pass, and the answer can be no to be able to pass. And the Democrats must do that one before 2022. Why? Because in November 2022, there is another election we called mid-year election. The mid-year election, there is no guarantee that Democrats will win House. There is no guarantee they'll continue to have 50-50. If they lose even one seat of the Senate, it will be a very tough situation. So that's why they have to do everything before the next election to happen. So that is what the status of the DV increase the number of visas to be issued from 55,000 to 80,000 still is a long road to go, because it is part of the bigger policy, which needs to have 60 votes, all 50 Republicans, all 50 Democrats, and you need 10 Republicans in the Senate to vote to support that one, which is a very, very tough call to do that. Sorry, I had to use a lot of time to respond to that one. Kevo from Kenya, thank you so much. And Kevo, I want to give you one quick update. I went to a YouTube channel and I clicked to preview to watch most of the videos so that we can get more watch hours. Thank you so much, Dhaka from Nepal. I have my friend, my classmate is from Nepal, where I was doing my master's degree. His name is Upendra Malatala. He's a very nice, good person from Nepal. Mstin TV, thank you so much. Greetings. I know you are from UAE now, but originally from Cameroon. I like your videos. You are doing a lot of great work on your YouTube channel. Juliet Gibson, good afternoon from Barbados. Thank you so much. Here now it is, what is the time now? It is almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Roshan, MRD winner, thank you so much. Everybody is available now. Hi, EBM from Ugandan Village Wife. It was great opportunity to have a live chat with you the other time. So people with questions, I'm going to respond to questions. Yeah, so let me quickly go. If you have a question, please go ahead and put your question here. Thank you so much, each and the person who is going. You say the voice is very, very fine. I've updated in my audios, my microphone and everything so that it can be able to work properly. So let me go to the questions. Okay, 10 over 10. Thank you. The voice is very, very clear. Thank you for giving the opportunity on your platform. It was very, very good. And yeah, talking to other people, connecting, sharing, it's very, very good. So I'll be happy another time we can be live together. Godwin Appiah, you have asked a very good question. What about what it takes to win the DV lottery? I have made the video about the DV lottery selection, but just in a very high level. There are two things. There are things you can be able to control on your end. There are things you cannot be able to control. And the things which you are able to control, don't make any mistake on those things you are able to control. Why? Because you can win the DV lottery and then you can be denied the visa because on the things which you are able to control them, you made a mistake on those. So the things you can be able to control are the quality of the photo, making sure that you are using the new photo, not the photo you have used in the previous DV lottery according to the instruction. the photo which meets the requirement, the height, the size, the weight, white background, no shadow, no wearing glasses, no headbands, no crazy things. That is something you can control. You can control to put the correct information, the number of children, if you have any child. Don't put the child who is not yours. If you have a child, get the photo even now you want to apply for the next DV lottery. Don't wait because you don't have the photo, you say you don't have a child. That you can control that information. If you are married, go ahead and make sure that you put as married and put the photo of your spouse. Don't apply because you are not in your country or you're not in the city. You apply on the last day. You are going to say, oh, I'll just add my wife later. No, you can't. Because if you win, you'll be denied. If you win, you say you don't have the child. While you have a child, you'll be denied. If you put your nephew as your child, you'll be denied. So those are the things you will be able to control. If you don't have the passport, don't apply. Because if you don't meet the exemption like you must be stateless, or you must be coming from the communist-controlled country, or you must have the exemption letter from the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Homeland Security of the United States of America. If you don't have either of those three exemptions, don't apply. Because you'll apply, you'll win, you'll pay the medical, you'll pay the application fee, and you'll be denied at the US Embassy when you go to the visa interview. Those are the things you can be able to control. But there are things you cannot control, whether to be selected or not to be selected. It doesn't matter whether you have PhD, whether you ended in primary school. Education doesn't matter in the lottery selection. You cannot control that. Whether you are in Ghana, whether you are in Nigeria, whether you are in Kenya, whether you are in the US, it doesn't matter where you are at the time of application. It doesn't matter where the person is filling that form is. So some people, they ask, EBM, can you fill the form for me? You think because I'm in the United States, you can be able to win. It doesn't matter. Your eligibility is not based on where you are at the time of applying. It's based on your nationality, the place of birth. So those are the things you cannot be able to control. Whether you apply in the midnight, whether you apply early in the morning, whether you apply whatever time you apply, you cannot control that. You apply on the weekend, you apply on the weekday, it doesn't matter. So don't be scammed that, oh, there is one guy, if he's applying for you, you are going to win. If it is you are lucky, God wants you to win, you'll win. Doesn't matter whether you apply on Monday or Tuesday, whether you apply in the morning or you apply in the evening, you'll be able to win. If God wants you to win, you'll be able to win. So what takes to win the DV lottery is to apply by following the proper requirement. Because there are some people who are going to be denied automatic. Even don't go to the pool of being selected. Because the first process is to deny people. You apply, you put the background is blue. You apply, you are wearing glasses. They're going to deny you right away, even before the selection process hasn't started yet. You put in the application, the first one, and then you're going to apply for the second time. You think by applying 2 times or 3 times, you are going to increase the chances. No, you're not going to increase the chances. Duplicate applications, applying more than once, is automatic rejection. So those are the things you need to know. What you need to know, what you need to do, what it takes to win the green card lottery is to follow the instructions. Don't think that you can beat the system. They have been there for a longer time. They know that you want to cheat the system. That's why they even introduced the passport. So those are the things you need to know. What it takes to win the DV lottery? Number 1 is to follow all the instruction and to put everything correctly and let everything to God. That's all. But again, once you apply, continue to look for other ways on how you can be able to succeed in your life, whether to come to America or don't come to America, because coming to America doesn't mean necessarily equals to success. But what if you don't win the green card lottery? There are other ways to come to America or to go to other countries. Or you can stay in your own country and have a very good life and enjoy and come to visit, not to come to live with a permanent basis. So there are all those kind of things you need to consider. Tuned in from the safari capital of the world, Nairobi. People, Captain Chichi, thank you so much. Jen J Jacobs, for today, for this today live, I'm here just to respond to questions, any questions related to the immigration. That is today's live stream. Some of the stream I can come to talk specifically about writing books. I can talk specifically about something like writing a resume. I can talk about maybe something particular or growing your YouTube channel. But today I'm here specifically talking about any question you have in relation to the immigration. That's today. So if you have a question, let me know. Gathon Kobia watching from Katalbati from homeland of Kenya. Thank you, Mwita. And especially for people from Kenya, everyone who is from Kenya or anybody who is from Tanzania and who can be able to speak Swahili, I would like to ask you one favor. I don't think it's a big favor. I think it is a small favor. It's a small favor because I have a YouTube channel just for Swahili. So that one, I want people who speak Swahili, who are right now live here. Go to this link, which I've posted on the comment below. Go ahead and subscribe to this particular channel. So it is for those who are speaking Swahili, go to the YouTube channel and you write EBM Swahili. You'll be able to find that YouTube channel, and it has all the videos in Swahili. So I want to have more subscribers and more views from that particular YouTube channel. And over there, I have so many interviews with so many people compared to the one here I've done with Carla about a green card lottery winner, but I have more with those people from that particular angle, which I'm going to do more interviews with other people also on this particular channel. But also, if you are watching my YouTube channel here, and you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you are waiting for. The goal of this year is to reach 100,000 subscribers. That's why I'm going to do live stream every single day. I'm going to upload every single day. I'm going to respond to comments. I'm going to respond to everything. And I'm going to dedicate my time to make sure that I'm giving you any support you need so that you can be able to, either if you are coming here or you don't come here, but you can be able to have something better in yourself. Okay, so let's go to other question. Okay, one quick question, one sec. I'm changing something here. Do I need a police clearance from a country that I lived there for only 3 weeks? DV 2021. Don Prince, no, you don't need. You need a clearance, police clearance from the country you have lived in more than 6 months. Do I need police clearance from a country that I lived there for 3 weeks? And you are the DV 2021 winner. As I said, you don't need to have a police clearance report from any country you have lived less than 6 months. So if you have lived in a country, first of all, you lived in that country while you are at the age of 16 and above, and you have lived in that country for 6 months. So if you have you went to any country and you lived for 5.5 months, you still don't need a police clearance unless otherwise it is 6 months. And I know some people have related questions about the police clearance. So let me add more questions about the police clearance. What if, let's say in the year 2000, or let's say 6 years ago, you lived in that country. So it has been many years since you have been in that country. Yes, you still need that police clearance. As long as you are living in another country and you have put the DSC 260, and in that country you lived for more than 6 months, you have to get a police clearance record. How do you get it? Some people, they ask that question. But I'm now in Cameroon. How do I get the police clearance from Dubai? How can I get police clearance record? I'm from Kenya, but I was in Oman, and it has been 6 years ago. US Embassy doesn't care about that. It is your responsibility to get a police clearance. So whether you can go to the website of the country, some of the countries, you can enter the information that can help to process the police clearance for you. You can go to the embassy of that particular country. You can call the police office. If anything difficult completely, you can travel to go to that country and get it from. For me, if it is a green card lottery I've won, I will do whatever it takes to get that point. Because without the police clearance, some people, they say, oh, you can get the Interpol, but still the Interpol is not from the country. You can get the Interpol from Uganda, but that is not the police clearance record given by the Turkey if you lived in Turkey. They want to be given by the authority of that particular country. So make sure that you get that one. The US Embassy will have no sympathy to deny you the visa because you don't have the police clearance record. You don't have. Remember, they are going to, for instance, the V2021, they have selected 133,000. Why are they selecting 3 times more, almost 2.5 or 3 times more than the number of visas are going to be issued? The number of visas are going to be issued are 55,000, but they selected 133,000. Why? Because there are some people who will not check the results. There are some people maybe already died. There are some people they do not know even they applied for, or someone applied for them, maybe died, so even they forgot even they applied for them, so they're not even check the results. Again, there are some people who will be denied the visas. People will be denied the visa because they don't meet the education and work experience. There are some people who are going to be denied the visas because of the police clearance record. Either they didn't submit, or they submitted and then they had a lot of criminal background inside that one, which will make them difficult, and other reasons why they'll be denied the visa. So the consular officer to deny you the visa will not feel sorry at all, because there are so many other people who will be waiting for you to lose to be denied the visa. If my case number is 100,000 subscribers, yes, well, I'm happy I've won. I'll be praying for 2 things. Number one, I'll be praying the U.S. Immigration, U.S. Citizenship Act to be passed. That means they can increase the number of visas to 80,000. That will be my first prayer. But the second prayer, I'll be praying so other people can be denied the visa, so that they can keep going to the higher case numbers. So don't go without the document which are required. Don't think that they will understand. Even when you have a mistake in your spelling, your birth certificate and your passport, they have 2 different letters. For instance, your birth certificate has for instance, my name is Ernest Boniface Makulilo, but my birth certificate originally had the Boniface with the PHAC. But I like to have my passport is Boniface with the FACE. Is a face at the end. So I had to change my birth certificate to get the new one, to correct it. Or you have to get the affidavit from the lawyer to say that these names, one spelling means this one, they have to be related. So don't go there, even if it's a spelling of your daughter or your son. So make sure that you have corrected all those information. Otherwise, you are going to be denied, and the consular will not feel sorry for you because they know someone else will be given the chance to come to America. Damulira Peter, how easy? Okay, this is a very good question, and I want to answer it in detail because it is going to respond to the initial or early start of your life when you come to America. And the question comes from Damulila Peter, and the question is about purchasing the vehicle as a new immigrant. And if I have to read the question correctly, it says, how easy is it to get a car for a new immigrant? Do you need to have a credit score or a cash? Can't I use my driver's license from my own country when I have to start your life in America? So there are two things in one. One is purchasing the vehicle, and the second question is about the getting the driver's license. How do you get it? But also, can you use your country's driving license once you are here in America? So let me start with the first question. Let me go to the first question about getting the vehicle. Once you come here as immigrant, even if you're not immigrant, there are two ways you can purchase a car. You can purchase as a loan, which you call the auto loan, and you can purchase by cash, your own money. Whether it is a used car, whether it is a brand new car, is up to you. I remember my mother-in-law and the father-in-law, 4 years ago, like 4 years ago, we were still in California at that time, 2016. So they wanted to buy the brand new vehicle. It was brand new, very updated. It was over 30,000, something like that. So that was the price of the vehicle. They had the perfect credit score. So even they didn't have the high, the interest rate. The interest, it was very, very small, less than even 1%. But they didn't want that way. They want to purchase the car by cash. So they wrote a check of over 35,000 US dollar. Then they purchased the vehicle. They went away. So you can purchase by cash, whether it is a brand new car, if you have the money, or you can purchase by getting the used car. But when you come here, obviously, unless otherwise you have with a lot of money, you are going to start purchasing the used car. The used car you can purchase in different ways. Number one way, you can go to the dealership. In the dealership, which is selling new and used car, you can get the used car. Used car will depend on the price. It will depend on the mileage, the year of the vehicle, and the condition of the vehicle. Those will determine the price. And also you can buy from someone, but I don't advise you many times to buy from individual unless otherwise ultimately you know them, because you have to know the status of the vehicle. Because someone will say, this car, oh, it's good. Or you have to go, before you purchase, you go to check from the to the auto shop. They are going to check you with the vehicle to say this vehicle is good condition. You can be able to purchase it instead of purchasing it, and then you have all those kind of problems to run the vehicle. So for that particular case, you're going to buy the used vehicle. So how much can you get the vehicle? It depends. There are vehicles of $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, $50,000, $100,000 used vehicle. So there is no that because it's used, it's cheaper. As I said, it depends. It's used because if you buy a vehicle today, the 2021 brand new car, and you use it for one day, if you want to sell that vehicle, it's not a brand new car. It's a used car. But it will be having maybe 20 miles versus the vehicle has been used for over 100,000 miles. But the vehicle here, it looks cheaper compared to someone in Kenya, because when you purchase a vehicle in Kenya, you are purchasing from Japan or from China. It has to be shipped to Kenya. You have to pay someone the price. Maybe someone purchased the vehicle for 1,000, and then there is a cost of shipping to Kenya. There is you have to pay for the custom duty or the tax at the port to import tax. Then the person who is putting that one has to get a profit on that. That's why you can see the vehicle which you purchase maybe for 5,000 US dollar in Kenya, that vehicle can be 1,000 or 2,000 here in the US, because you are not shipping anywhere. You are purchasing to use it within the country. So most likely you'll go to purchase the vehicle by cash. because it's your first vehicle, you are brand new, you're an international student, you are a green card lottery winner, you can purchase the brand new car. It's very difficult. You have to purchase the used car, and it will be less than 5,000, 3,000, 2,000. You can be able to start getting the money and then you go and use that way. It will be difficult for you to purchase through a credit, to get through a loan, auto loan, because in order to get a loan, you have, number one, you have to get the good credit. You have to build a credit. It takes time. But there are some places which they allow to get a auto loan with a bad credit or no credit, as long as you pay down payment. So if you are going to purchase maybe the vehicle of $20,000 US, either a used car or even sometimes a new one, they tell you you have to pay 5,000 as a down payment to show that you are capable of continuing paying this type of payment on a monthly payment of maybe 200 per month, but pay at upfront maybe 2,000, 5,000, whatever, depending on what percentage you have to pay. But my advice, just get the used car, get $1,000, $2,000, the one which can be able to help you to move from one station, from your home to the work, from your home to the store, get some food. No one cares how nice car is, whatever. No, people, we don't care much about that here in America, because the vehicle you are driving in a very high speed, so no one cares about that one. And we know it is the loan, so we don't care much. But later the question is, how do you get the driving license? So I'm going to answer that one, and that will be able to answer whether you'll be allowed to use the driving license from your own country. So driving license here in the United States, each state has different regulations. There are some of the countries allow, some of the states allow you to use your country's driving license for a specific time, maybe for 6 months at least, or a year maximum. Even here in the United States, if you are having a driving license of California and you move to live maybe in New Jersey, yes, you can use the driving license of California, but not for a longer time. You have to change because each state has different laws of driving. So if you are moving to live permanently in another state, you have to also change the driving license to that particular state. So if those states allow you to use the driving license from your country, yes, use it, but it's not forever. You are using for a shorter time. It's a temporary one. But again, even if they allow, remember the rules of driving are different. Yes, there is sign, like if it is red, yellow, green, all those kind of things. If there is zebra, you have to, all those are universal. But there are some, they differ. When maybe the street, what the speed you are using on the street from one state and another state is different. The speed you are using from the highway or the freeway from states like California, New York, whatever, is different. The speed limit is different. So there are certain regulations. There are certain regulations like at what age of what age a child you can leave in the car. If you go out, maybe you leave the car running or whatever, the child is in the car and you go to the store running. It's different. There are some, it is illegal to leave a child under the age of 10. There are some of the states like Missouri, they say, no, there is no problem. So you have to know. But again, it depends. If you are coming from East Africa or most of the African countries, the driver is in the right side, like driving in the right side. Why most in the US, the driver is in the left. So when we are driving, we keep left, here we keep right. So all those kind of the differences you need to change. So even if you have the driving of your country, don't come here and do unnecessary driving mistakes and you start getting the traffic tickets very early. My advice will be go and get the driving license. And to get the driving license, you go to study there is a book. I used to have one here. There is a book you need to you go to read, and then you take the writing test, the written test on the computer. You get 80% of the marks of the score. They give the learner's permit, which they call the driving permit. So they give you that one, which is the one allowing you to start learning or to start driving. But then wherever you are ready, you are going to go to call the behind the wheel test. You go to have the test where someone from the Department of Motor Vehicle, DMV, will be sitting there and tell you turn left, go right, go and park, do the turn, whatever, all those kind of things. Then it's going to score. Then it's going to give you, you have passed, then you get the actual driving license. So those are the procedures of one, to get the vehicle, but also the driving license. How do you get it? But state by state, they have difference. How much it costs the driving license? The test itself for most of the places is free, but it's just like $25. Most of the states, very expensive one is $50. So it's not a lot. It's just affordable, normal price. Gima, you are saying sub-Saharan African countries are not getting second notification letters, or they are getting very low numbers. They are starting with the very low numbers. Remember, the people who are supposed to be interviewed in the month of April are the people who initially were supposed to be interviewed in October 2020. So go and look the visa bulletin of October 2020. Those the people in the visa bulletin of the visa bulletin of October 2020 are the first people to be interviewed. So those will be the one to be getting the second notification letter, which for Africa, I think it is less than 2,000. It was 1,900, I think. In Asia, they have already started also the interview. Don Prince, do I have a chance to be interviewed before September? No. If your case number is about maybe 50,000, going to 55,000, obviously your interview will be in August or September, because you are supposed to be the last people to be interviewed. Most like, because I remember my nephew was 48,000, almost 49,000. His interview was in June, or June that was the schedule for the interview. But because but that I'm talking for previous years. But because of there was something he had to change the date, he had to do in August. But because of this year, everything has changed. So your interview will be in September. Is there any interview starts or visa issued in Africa 2021? Yes. And the first DV lottery visa to be interviewed for DV 2021 was someone from where? From Algeria. The person with the case number was what it was 0001, something like that. Pascolas. Hello, EBM. How are you doing? Please, sir, I wish to ask if you have any idea as to what number KCC is with regard to the message requesting the supporting documents. Thank you. I do not know the exact number, what the number they are at the moment, but I know majority of the people above 20,000, I don't know if they have already received their they are asking documentation. I'm not so sure. Remember, they stopped almost asking for the documentation because they were asking for what? Because there was no visas issued. So they slowed down process because of that. But I believe now they are starting asking for the documentation. Eba Muita, what do you think about the current situation in the visa interview time remaining? Do you think KCC or consulate are going to do something with Smile for DV 2021? Okay, this is a very good question, and I have to address in detail because there is update on that. Emma Mucha, you are asking, what do you think about the current situation and the visa interview time remaining? Because remember, the time remaining is the end of September, and September 30th, 2021 is the end of the interviews of the DV 2021. Do you think KCC or consulates are doing something worth Smile for the DV 2021? So I'm going to respond with the two information. The first information is from, it was on on March 10th. On March 10th, the assistant acting secretary of state, for the one who's responsible for the consulates and the visas, all those kind of things, made a briefing, and the briefing was talking about what is the pending numbers of the visas to be issued for the immigrant visa, those who are supposed to get a green card, and he said it is over 475,000. And they said they have stopped to provide visas for non-immigrant people coming as tourists, or the other non-essential visas. So now they are focusing only on the immigrant visas, on the green card, because they know those people, they have been waiting for a longer time, and they know for sure some of them, their visas are on time sensitivity. So the priority now, all the embassies around the world are focusing on giving the immigrant visas. With that speed, we hope it will be able to interview many people. But there is a setback. We notice there is COVID. But with the COVID, the embassies have been given directives on how to be finding a way. Because when you go to most of the embassies, there are 2 or 3 windows where they are going to interview you. But now, with the COVID, you cannot go and tell people to sit on the waiting area. Because in America, according to the CDC, you must sit one person here and 6 feet apart from another person. But the embassy was not allowed, was not designed in the COVID in that way to have many people in the social distance. So for that particular case, the embassies have been ordered to open up more other rooms within the embassies to have more interviews for the immigrant visas, green card, whether it be by lottery, whether it will be by employment, whether by family, and K visas. 2, outside, whether in the parking lot, they have to create the temporary desk where they can be able to interview. So they are going to open more areas where they can interview more people. So with that, I have a very good feeling that they are going to interview up to the end. And by the end of September, we hope they will be able to finish all the 55,000 visas will be able to be issued. But what if they are not able to do that? Remember, KCC, embassies, consulates have no authority to extend giving the lottery visas beyond 30th of September. That's why the case for the V2020 winners, even those who were denied the visas because of the travel ban, even if Joe Biden's presidential proclamation or executive order said specifically they are going to reduce the visas to those people. But remember, they are going to reduce, they came to specify, they are going to reduce the other types of visas, like you were denied because you're coming from the travel ban country on the basis of the family, not because of the lottery. The lottery, they say, the law says, Immigration and Nationality Act says that if your fiscal year is ended, nothing you can do. So if it ends by the September and they haven't finished the visas to interview, game over, which is a very bad thing to happen, because over first 5 months, no one was able to be interviewed. In order to happen that way, they have to go to Congress to ask the change of the fiscal year to be extended. Or they have to go to the court, and the court to order that one to be able to extend to cover the first 5 months, which were no interviews. But without that, nothing can be able to do. So you have to wait for the court, or they have to go to the Congress, back to the drawing board to change or to give specific way they can be able to add that one. But I have good hope with those kind of changes, possible will be able to do that. But still, the pandemic is hitting different countries in different ways. Some of the places they will be able to, it will be very difficult to operate. Some of the places will be able to operate on that particular basis. So thank you so much for that particular question, to be able to see if the interviews will be able to fit in the remaining time, and whether if it doesn't happen, what will be able to be the outcome. This is another question from Damulila Peter. The question is about whether the V program is changing from random selection to the merit. The question reads as follows. Do you see the way the DV program changing to the merit-based system soon? And what difference will it make from the other visas that are based on academic credentials? That's a very good question. Number one, in the next 4 years, the green card lottery will not change from the current form to the merit-based system in the next 4 years. Why? Why am I sure about that? Because, number one, it was Trump's administration which support the merit-based immigration. Democrats, at the same time, they support random selection, but they want, at the same time, to increase the number of visas for people to come as expert. But why you want to increase the numbers? Why can't you increase the number of DV visas? But if you can put, maybe there will be a random of 50,000, and 50,000 will be given green card directly by merit-based, just also by another type of lottery. I don't know. You cannot have both ways. But for the Democratic administration, Democrats are in favor of the current model of the random selection of the DV lottery. That's why if you go and you look the major immigration change, Democrats have put into the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021. In that bill, these are the things they have been going to add. Number one, they just don't want just to continue the green card lottery, but to add the number of visas from 55,000 to 80,000. So they want green card lottery to continue, but to increase the numbers. So Democrats are not going to close. So in the next 4 years of Biden's administration, that is not going to change. The second thing is this way. Still, if you go and look on if they wanted to change, they could put into the U.S. Immigration Act of 2021, U.S. Citizenship Act. But that's why what they're going to do about the merit-based is to remove the cap. They want to remove the cap of the H-1 visas on the allocated number of countries, whatever. They want to remove that one. But in the next 4 years, that is not going to happen. If it's going to happen, it will be after 4 years of the next administration. But up to this moment, the next 4 years, that doesn't go to change. So I don't know what will happen. Democrats will change to become the merit-based. Because if you want to change to merit-based, that means you have to end the lottery and you have to reduce in a very high level of the H-1 visa, which is the professional working visas, in order to have more visas on the merit-based system. And to do that, they could show that one in the bill which they proposed. So you cannot propose the bill which you want to have the major changes, and in that bill there is no anything about the merit-based immigration at all. So that is the bigger thing what I'm going to see. So they're not going to change that one. So just be okay and wait for that. It will be maybe in after 4 years to come. There will be like in Canada, they still have that one. New Zealand, Australia, they have the merit-based immigration. Personal, I like if they can have also the merit-based immigration like in Canada. That will give more people more chances too. Because even like the H-1 visas, even if they're increasing, the H-1 visas, they are not helping much people from Africa. They're helping more people from India and China. Not people from, yes, there are very few people from Africa, they get H-1, but the highest number is from China and India. But if you say someone who need to have a bachelor degree, how many people in Africa they have a bachelor degree? How many people they have 2 years of work experience or 3 years of experience? How many people they speak English? So with that case, we'll have more people getting that one. For instance, like winners from Tanzania each year, less than 200. Winners from maybe Swaziland, the smallest country in Southern Africa, there are like 2 or 3, 4 people. But do you want to tell me that in those countries there are no people, just 3, 4 people with a bachelor degree? No. So those are the things we'll be able to see maybe in the future. That is, I'm hoping it will change, but not now. Maybe 5, 10 years to come, they'll be able to change maybe down the road. Ahmed Dekad, what if I lost my old passport? I filled my entry, but I have the photocopy of it. So if you win, you'll use the new passport to put that on the DSC 260. But when KCC asks the documentation, you will send the information of the passport which was lost. You have the police report that you lost your passport, and you will submit the new passport. And the same way you'll go with all this documentation to the visa interview. Let me check the time. I have 15 more minutes to be live here. Why do I have 15 more minutes? 1 minute. So 1 second, sorry. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. I was just getting some important notification here. Tomorrow I'm traveling. I'm having a vacation of 10 days vacation with my family. Last year I was supposed to travel to Tanzania with my entire family, and our trip was canceled because of the COVID. So we are not able to travel. So because we are not able to travel, so we got the money back, certain amount of money back, and the travel vouchers or the tickets, something like that. So for that particular case, so tomorrow we decided to travel. Tomorrow we are going to the first city or the first state I went to. When I came to America, I was in West Virginia. So I'm taking my family to West Virginia, where everything started, to show the first apartment, the first job I had, everything. So we are going to have the first that way. And then from there, we'll go to Ohio, where my family went to, my wife went for college, and then we'll go to Pittsburgh. So we'll be going for 10 days. I'll be not doing a lot of live like this one, but I'm going to have different content showing you other parts of America and making other videos of certain tours. So I'll be making the videos on the road while I'm away. So that is the reason. So I have 15 minutes to be here live so that I can go and help my wife to go and get the kids and start packing and finishing everything so that you can be able to do. So you see, I've started like packing some few things. Like I purchased another background if I have to do another video and I have to use the background. So I have another copy, like these kind of different backgrounds, so that I can be able to do that. I have to purchase the new microphone, the one I can travel with, all those kind of things. So sorry about that. So let me quickly go to the questions. Hi, Mr. Mendy say, hi, my case number is 29,000. I submitted the documents. So what do you think I get the interview? Number one, remember, with 29,000, you're supposed to have, the interviews are supposed to start in a normal time, like in October last year, your interview was supposed to be in April. But because everything has changed, your interview will be maybe end of June or mid of July. That will be your interview. Okay, thank you, Winifrida kutoka Kisii. Winifrida from Kisii, Kenya. Remember, you speak Swahili, you have to go right now to that particular link I posted on my YouTube, here on the comment, and subscribe to the Swahili channel. I have a Swahili channel. Hello, EBM. You are doing great job, and you give important updates regarding scholarships and the DV lottery. Thank you so much, Abebe Dinka. May God bless you. Do I have vaccinated against corona? No. Mimo Sakura? No. That is a very good question. Remember, First of all, most countries, for instance, like in Kenya, I'm giving an example. The total number of all vaccines I've sent to Kenya, they are less than 2 million. It will take 2023 to vaccine 2 million people. And even wherever it goes, you have to have the priority of people, like medicals, firefighters, whatever. Even here in the US, you don't just show up and you're going to take a vaccine. Medical professionals first. Then people above 65, people with medical conditions. Then the homeless, people in the prison. So my group, I'm going to get vaccination. I think it will be on April 8 to 10 on my country where I live, on my city. That will be my group. So I'll get on that particular time. So don't just show up and get it. There is categories. So other countries, they have limited, like less than even 500,000 vaccine. Even in the US, they give vaccine 1 million vaccine per day, but still many people it's be difficult to vaccinate everybody. So that is not a requirement, but you have to test negative before you get into the plane, obviously. That is a good question. And that question, I will let me take it. I will go to let me take a screenshot of it, and I will make more detail and show you the evidence about that one. Okay, Bruce member, tuned from Nakuru, Kenya. Okay, people from Kenya, first of all, I have to say thank you for people from Kenya. Kenya is my #1 country. If you look at the audience, where are they watching my videos? Kenya is my #1 country for watching videos, followed by US. The third is Ghana. Then the fourth is UAE. Then followed by Rwanda. Then it goes from Rwanda, it goes to Tanzania. Then there is a new country, Nigeria, has come now to be on the top. So in the top 10, so I really appreciate people from Kenya and everyone also who has been here. DK, my case number is 9,000, but you are from AS. I didn't get a document email yet. I emailed to KCC and say application has been processed. What does that mean? It means wait. They haven't reached to the number, your number to ask for documentation. Once they reach your case, the number, they will ask you, when they reach the number, they will let you know that send the documents. So even if you send the documents before they asking, it doesn't help anything. Because there are two items. This is the, let's say, this is the number they are processing right now to ask them the documents. And then this is the people who are waiting to be coming to this pile. So if you send your documents and you are in this pile, they don't have to ask you, they don't waste your time to go to ask anything. When the time comes, they will ask you to send the document. Remember, AS 9,000 has just came live or available or current right now. So just wait. Within the next 2 weeks, you'll be able to get the document for the documentation, and things will be able to move from there. Thanks so much, Emmanuel Bukaman. Okay, thank you so much, Queen, for responding to that one. Okay. Fafa, official from Burundi, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Voice is very clear now. Thank you so much, everybody. How can I get address for the DAC 260? Like the address for someone in the US is just it's your responsibility to. That's why I tell people, who do you follow on Instagram? If you follow Davido, you follow Diamond, Alikiba, and you follow all these Juakari and everybody, it's good. But do you follow normal people who are in the US? Find a way to have friends who are normal people. Don't follow somebody because he's a celebrity on social media. My Twitter account, for instance, has just like 1,000 followers. But there are some people, they don't add value to your life, but they have 1 million followers and you just put them. It's okay, but try to find also normal people. Find friends on social media who are outside of your country. That's be number one. Number two is also, how can you be able to find someone in the US? You can go, if you're from Kenya, Find Kenyan communities in the US. Find African communities and ask in those forums. There are Facebook groups. Go and possible. I have won the DV lottery and I'm supposed to find a host. Can any person help me to be the host or to use their address? Find different churches. Ask someone. Ask the pastor. Those are some of the ways. Thank you so much, the Ugandan village wife, for the appreciation. That is very informative. I have a few minutes left. Masaba Joseph, long time I haven't seen you, my friend. Hello, hello, Mr. EBM. I finally here. It has been a while. I had some challenges here and there. Yes, it has been a very long time. I haven't been able to be in touch with you. Thank you so much for coming back. Greetings from Ghana. Thank you so much, Bernard. Okay, I'm not being able to finish all the questions, but what I will do, I have to make videos of most of the questions which I haven't been able to answer them. I don't know what should I do. The proper way of I have maybe to copy and paste it somewhere, because okay. Please, my case number is high and my police certificate is about to expire, but I'm still in Dubai. What should I do? Don't worry. Just wait until they send the detail. You can send it that the same police record, even if it has expired. Sometimes they don't follow, like, I mean, depending when it was requested. But if it is expired like recently, they might be okay, because your expiration of maybe within 3 months doesn't mean that KCC can say, okay, we are okay if it is within the last 1 year. So for instance, you live in Dubai and now you are in Ghana and you are no longer in Dubai. So even if it expired, you haven't gone to Dubai again. So even if it expired, if it is different. If you have been back to Dubai, they have to get updated one. But if you haven't been there, they can use the same one, because if whether you are there, whether you are not, because you are not there, even if they give the newer one, it will be the same one. EBM scholars, what are the disadvantages of ladies joining the US Army or Navy? You have talked about men and try to share about ladies as well. Many things indeed, bro. The challenges are the same, most like the similar, because nowadays, almost there are few jobs that will be different. You cannot be going the combat, whatever. But most the benefits, everything the same. I mean, the challenge will be if you want the haircut of a certain style, especially for the women, there are so many restrictions of the hair. That will be the only thing I can be able to tell you. But the rest are the same. The benefits, advantages, disadvantages, they are the same. When it comes to the exercise, maybe the difference will be for the female, weight height ratio is different from male. They have advantage of having bigger weight ratio. Those are the fewer differences. But when you need to run, yes, the push-ups, when you pass, the male will be having higher push-up number compared to female. There are small differences of that nature. But the rest, when you come to, after graduating, you are in the real job, most will be the same. Does having worked with the US Navy base give you advantage in the interview? Fadja Amer, not really. It can, but not much. In the end, it's good. It helps you. Yes, you have been trusted to work with the American organization or American government, even if you're a civilian. Akesa TV, when will I get my interview letter, case number 50,000? You have to wait. You get your letter maybe in July for the interview date, because your interview will be in September, maybe August or September. Please subscribe to the EBM channel because he's helping us a lot. Thank you so much. Please, when the when the DV 2022 names comes out, please, is it this year in May or June? It will be on May 8th this year, 2021. The results will be out. Thanks for appreciation. Happy to be Kenyan, proud to be East African, but it's also African. Thank you so much, Kangara Kariuki. As I said, if you are Kenyan, Kenya is my #1 country. Like when you go to the countries of high people watching, go and on this link I posted right now, subscribe to that link right now. Is affidavit of support still needed? No. Go and watch my YouTube video. I've talked about affidavit of support, and the public charge are not required. Is DV 2020 case is finished? How about the reserved visa by the court? Up to now, I do not know at the moment. According to the government, the case has been closed. So those people who are into the particular case, the one who were in the lawsuit, they might have a certain kind of situation. But other people, it has been closed. Hello, EBM. Address I submitted my DS260. The person is acting weirdly, saying they want to send the affidavit because she's afraid. Is it possible for me to get another affidavit? How can I tell? #1, affidavit of support is not required. #2, the host is not necessarily, even if it's required, I assume it's required. The host is not necessarily to be the person to send you the affidavit. The person who sends the affidavit is committing to be, if you have financial problem, to send that one. But the host can be, it's just the address where you're going to sleep. So if you have the apartment, are you telling the landlord to give you the lease? No. So you can ask anybody to give the affidavit of support if it's required in your country. But almost all countries, they don't require. So the person who is helping you to become the host, don't bother the person even any longer. Has given you the biggest thing to be able to host you. I've already answered that one. I've already answered. If you ask the question once, please don't ask over and over. Watching from Qatar, the results will be that one. From Oman, the results will be out on May 8th. When you ask the question once, please don't ask over and over. My case number is AS 11,000. I submitted my documents as per requested of KCC on October 2nd, 2020. Till now, no confirmation. Many emails, same answer, still processing. Yes, it is still processing. Why? Because up to now, the 11,000, they are now in the current bulletin. So your interview will be around June. No, now it's April. So it will be end of May, maybe middle or end of May. So next month, you might get the letter to be asking for the interview. Okay, I see. Okay. So those are the questions, and now it is 2 o'clock on my time. So I have to end my time. I have to go to help. I have to help my wife with the kid, and then we have to start doing. We have to do to submit. I mean, to help with the parking and everything. Yeah. Let me ask you the last question. Nick from Kenya, can one submit documents without request? Yes, you can submit without request, but when the time comes for your documents, they will ask the documents again because you haven't been asked yet. Yeah. So before I end, I have 2 requests. #1, for the people who are watching videos and who speak Swahili, please go to that channel and subscribe. EBM Swahili, go and subscribe. That is my new channel. I'm just starting up on that YouTube channel. So it has less than 1,000 subscribers. So let's go there and subscribe there. And then for those people who are here and they're watching my stream, watching my videos without subscribing, please subscribe to the EBM Scholars now. So there is EBM Scholars and there is EBM Swahili. These are 2 different channels. but both they are giving very good things. So do that as soon as possible. And I'm posting again my channel for Swahili. Go there and subscribe. So let me end up my live right now, and let me continue with other things. Yeah. Okay, so sir, can you tell me if Bangladesh will be able to do entry in the DV program again? I hope yes, because many countries, they will be able to come back because of the travel suspension, immigration suspension of 1.5 years. It will make sure many countries that don't have more immigrants in America, because countries are removed from participating because of the high number of what? The high number of immigrants to reach more than 50,000. So in this DV lottery coming up, we'll be able to see many people. Yeah, so thank you so much, and let me end up here. So this will be my last live stream at this time. I'm getting ready to make sure that I'm going to make what should I say? I'm making more videos which will be available every day. I've recorded some of the videos which I've already uploaded them, and I've scheduled them to be happening every single day while I'll be away. So don't worry about that, and I'll continue to be here while I'm traveling. So thank you so much, and I really appreciate for your continued support of my channel.